Well, tonight, our Parents Fight Back series ramps up with Newsmax host Carl Higbie, who's leading the fight on the ground in one of Connecticut's towns after several disturbing homework assignments came to light. Carl has a story.
For most parents like me, with kids in the Greenwich public school system, this all started early last year, when our kids were learning remotely during COVID.
Remember, I'm just trying to take care of you.
Second graders were shown a cartoon detailing sexual abuse that showed a silhouetted man with an erect penis hovering over a frightened child. My daughter was in that grade. I was relieved she didn't see the video, but other parents were disgusted when they heard about it. Greenwich School Superintendent Dr. Tony Jones sent out an email afterwards. She said, "The content at this point in the video was not appropriate for our GPS second grade classrooms." But fellow Greenwich public school parents believe this sort of thing was no outlier at GPS. But it was only during the remote learning phase of COVID they were able to start hearing about it.
During COVID, we really saw the acceleration of what was happening in our classrooms through the virtual education and the Zoom classes.
Someone standing up with an erect penis in the face of a small child. Parents were shocked because they saw this and they heard about it in their own homes. So I think it was political before, but parents got a real ringside seat to it with COVID.
As we started to dig in and talk to people talk to parents with children in the older grades in middle school and high school, we found that it wasn't a one-off. There was a lot of highly sexualized, inappropriate content in the classrooms.
That led us to school board meetings. Some of them got pretty testy.
Tony Jones knows me very personally. She shunned me and decided that she was going to push me off to the side.
Dr. Jones disputes that, of course. Nevertheless, a group of Greenwich parents started compiling controversial materials they say were taught to their kids. Included in there, the erect penis video. But when Newsmax reached out to Greenwich Public Schools for confirmation these were indeed in the curriculum, the school system had a one-word answer for us. No.
It did not seem to me that concerned parents, were really being listened to. It didn't seem like their concerns were being acknowledged or recognized in any way.
Do you think that your views are extreme in any way?
No. I think any well-meaning parent, can have a perspective that differs from mine, but there is a place for my perspective.
Over the summer, the narrative shifted dramatically. A bombshell, surreptitiously recorded video emerged, purported to show Greenwich Public School Assistant Principal Jeremy Bolin discussing discriminatory hiring practices. He appears to say he will not hire conservatives, Catholics, or candidates of a certain age.
I do not play politics with civil rights investigations.
This new development brought in State Attorney General William Tong.
And I definitely do not play politics with schools, kids in schools, and teachers, and students, and families. That means I'm going to run this investigation by the book and according to our standard and regular procedure for investigations.
Dr. Tony Jones and the school board clearly feeling the heat.
We also have been notified by the Attorney General, by their office, that they are starting an inquiry.
Will you ever stop fighting for your kids?
I will never stop fighting for my kids. Whether that means we end up having to move to another state where education is traditional and takes the politics out of it. If that's what we have to do, that's what we have to do.
Carl Higbie, the host of Wake Up America Weekend, joins us now. Carl, interestingly, that gentleman said that no one was listening to them. So the question is, what's the recourse? Do you take your kids out of school? Are people taking their kids out of school? What do you do?
Well, that's the problem, is there is no recourse. We go to these school board meetings, and the bureaucracy is so thick. So a 9-person or an 8-person school board has one employee, that's the superintendent, who then employs all the teachers. So there's no mechanism for us to have any A, dialogue, or B, recourse with the board, because the board doesn't actually control it. Tony Jones sits there during these lectures and lets us yell at her for an hour, but nothing gets done. And when we talk to it on either side, Republican or Democrat, they're like, oh, well, there's a process. Oh, it's an oversight. Oh, it's always something. They will go out of their way to not do 5 seconds of work. And it is the most frustrating thing in the world as a parent.
So what is your advice to parents out there? Because obviously you're actively fighting back, but if it's not working, then what more can be done?
We have actually, there's one woman that you saw in that last video, Jackie Homan. She had FOIA'd every email from the superintendent. She went through them and read them and was able to juxtapose fact and fiction, which has led to investigations. Obviously, William Tong is involved, the Attorney General of Connecticut at this point. But my advice to parents is get loud. I mean, this is your kids. You're willing to do just about anything for them. And if that means speaking out, even if you're not a public person, go to these meetings. When they say, hey, we have 335 speakers to talk about this issue, the Board of Ed gets very nervous. And keep in mind, the Board of Ed is an elected position. So they have to run for re-election at some point. And if you keep the heat on them, they're going to start doing what the constituents want.
There is power in numbers. Carl Higbie, thanks for bringing this to light and speaking to our audience.
Thanks, guys.